In this video, we're going to take a look at adding mixed numbers. Now, a mixed number is when you are looking at whole values with part values, okay? So here we have, let's say you own a bakery and we've got some lemon pies here. I have one whole lemon pie here. I have two whole lemon pies here. And then I have a portion of this pie here. So we would have 2 1/4 of the lemon pies here. Let's say I have key lime pies here and I have a whole pie here, a whole pie here, a whole pie here. I have 3 whole pies in the freezer, and this pie is cut into smaller pieces. It's cut into sixes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's cut into sixths. So we would say I have 3 1/6 lime pies here. Now let's say that as a baker you're needing to add these up. Okay, so I have 2/4 plus I have 3/6. Okay, so let's say I need to add these up. One thing you can do when you can add the 2 and the 3 to make a 5, because if you look, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole pies, right? And then you would add the 1/4 and the 1/6 together. I do want to show a method that will work every time, because this adding of wholes and parts, wholes with wholes and parts with parts, works really well with adding, but it does not work very well with subtracting, and it can create problems. So in this video, I'm going to show you the method where you keep the tops with tops and the bottoms with bottoms. You keep it so that they're a clear top and a clear bottom. In order to do that, I'm going to turn this into an improper fraction. All right, so what we're going to do is go from a mixed number to an improper fraction. We multiply the bottom and we add the top. Multiply with the bottom and add the top. We're going to do it over here as well. We multiply with the bottom and then we add the top. Okay, so that wasn't very clear down there. Let me just make that multiply a little more clear. We multiply with the bottom, okay, and then we're going to add the top. Okay, so let me show you that quickly here. 4 times 2, we multiply the bottom and then add the top. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1, I get a 9. My bottom stays the same. Over here I multiply the bottom, I get 18 times 6 times 3 is 18. Add the top, that's a 19. Keep the bottom as a 6. Okay. And now what I need to do is I need to find a number that's common to 4 and 6. Okay, so I could 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I'll try 6, 6, 12, 18, 24. And I can see that my common denominator, my lowest common multiple, my lowest common denominator is 12. So I need to make 12s. All right. So 4 times 3 will get me a 12. And remember, when I'm creating this common denominator, whatever I multiply the bottom by, I must multiply the top by. Essentially, this 3/3 is like multiplying by a 1. Okay? Now, I need to make 12 over here, so it's going to be 2. 6 times 2. Okay? So we are going to make the common denominators of 12. All right, so let's bring this up here. I have 9 times 3, 27 over 12. I'm adding 19 times 2, which is 38 over 12. And when I'm adding when I'm adding fractions, my denominator, once it's the same, it stays as a 12. Okay? And my numerator, I'm going to be adding 27 plus 38 together, and I get 65. All right. Once I'm in this spot here, I try to simplify. Okay. And I ask myself, how many times does 12 go into 65? So I can take 65, I can divide it by 12, and I get 5 something. So I know it goes in at least 5 times. So 12 times 5, that takes me to 60. Okay. I need to go to 65. Okay. I know that 5 takes me to 60. So I have 5 more left over. So 5 and 5/12. Let's do another one. All right, let's take a look at this problem here. This problem here, I am using the same bottoms again. I'm just going to make it a little bit more complicated with the 15 and the 8, okay? So when you see this mixed numbers and you need to subtract, I highly suggest, especially for subtraction, that you create improper fractions. So we're going to multiply the bottom and then add the top. Okay, multiply with the bottom and then add the top to make improper fractions. Okay, so we have 15 times 4, okay, and that's going to take me to 60 plus 3. I get 63 over 4. All right, over here I have 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. 48 plus 5 gives me 53 over 6. All right, so now I need to subtract these guys. And notice that my denominator isn't the same. Okay? So we need to make common denominators here. All right? And like we did in the last problem, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Those are the multiples of 4. Let's do some multiples of 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. And like in the last problem, the common denominator that's the lowest would be 12. All right, so we need to make this 12 again. And to make a 12, we multiply the 4 by a 3. To make a 12 here, we multiply the bottom by 2 and the top by 2 to balance it out. If we're going to multiply the bottom by 2, we have to multiply the top by 2 as well. Okay. And just as a quick side note, 3 over 3 is 1. 2 over 2 is 1. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm multiplying by a 1. 3 over 3 is 1. 2 over 2 is 1. I'm not changing the value. I am changing the numbers, okay? But I'm not actually changing the value there. Okay. So now let's go ahead and so we've got some big numbers here. My denominator is going to be 12 here minus 12 here. Okay, 63 times 3, and I get 189. 53 times 2, I get 106. My denominators do not change. So my answer is going to have a 12 down here. 189 minus 106, and I get 83. So then we ask ourselves, okay, well, how many times does 12 go into 83? So you can count by 12s if you want to, or what you can do is you can go 83 divided by 12, and the whole number that you get here is 6. Okay, so 6 12s is 72. So 6 12s, that gets me to 72, but then I need to hop to 83. So from 72 to 83, there are 11 hops. Okay, so that means that I've gotten to 72, because that's 6. 6 wholes takes me to 72. 11 more hops will take me to 83. So I have 11 over 12, or 11 twelfths. Okay, so let's take a look at this problem here. I have 3 mixed numbers that I'm adding and subtracting with. Step number 1, turn them all into improper fractions. So we're going to multiply the bottom and then add the top, multiply the bottom end, add the top, multiply the bottom end, add the top to make improper fractions. Are you ready? So here we go. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1, I get 5 over 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1, I get 7 over 6. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5 over 3. And now I need to find a number that 2, 6, and 3 are all common with. So if I count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and I do my 6s, 6, 12, 18, 24, and I do 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. All right, let's see which number is the lowest common number. Here it is. 6 is common, 6 is common, 6 is common. It's the lowest common denominator. All right, so we're going to be making 6s downstairs. So I have a 2. I need to make a 6. I'm going to multiply it by 3, top and bottom. I have a 6, so I don't need to really multiply it. I'm going to just multiply it by a 1. Don't even have to do that because it's already a 6. This 3 says, hey, I'm not a 6 yet. I need to get multiplied by 2 so that I can become a 6 like the rest of my friends. All right, now I have a denominator of 6, a denominator of 6, and a denominator of 6. 5 times 3 is 15. 7 times 1 is 7. And 5 times 2 is 10. So now we can simply add straight across. I have 15 plus 7. Okay, that gives me 22. 22 take away 10 is 12 over 6. And this is handy here because 12 over 6 simplifies to 2 over 1, or just 2. So just to recap, when you're doing these mixed number addition and subtraction problems, step number 1, I suggest taking them from a mixed number and creating improper fractions, okay? And then once you have your improper fractions, you want to create a common denominator. All right, once you've created your common denominator, simply add and subtract your numerator, but keep your common denominator the same. It does not change. All right. And sometimes when you are finding these common denominators, you might want to write out all the multiples, or you might want to play the I want what they have game. So this 2 says, oh my goodness, you have a 6 and you have a 3. I'd like to make a 6. So I'm going to, I need to have a 3 top and bottom because I want to be just like you. And the 3 looks at the 6 and says, well, I'm just a 3. I need to be a 6 too. So I want this 2. Like this guy has a 2 and he wants the 2 also. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then they all get the bottoms being the same. But don't panic. Do it step by step. And write out all your steps, even if it takes 3 to 5 minutes. It's okay. It will help your brain process and think to write it all out.